Close down the eyes. Allow the hands to settle in the lap. Maybe take a little shimmy side to side so you really start to ground down into your seat, into all the parts of the body touching your mat. Relax out through the face, through the jaw. Take a big shoulder roll going back. Allow the shoulder blades to draw down the back body. Just allowing everything to kind of settle in. Noticing anything that's coming up for you as we start to settle, what's alive in the mind, in the body. We're going to start off today with Nadi Shodhana breath, alternate nostril breathing. It's a really great one for kind of centering, calming, grounding. So keeping the left hand down in your lap, place your right hand directly in front of your face. And if you want to blink open the eyes to check, you can, but I'll do my best to just be super clear with the cues so you can keep the eyes closed down. Place your forefinger and your middle finger in the center of your forehead, so kind of just above the eyebrows and then in the middle or even completely in the middle of the eyebrows, keeping the other fingers free. And we'll do one normal round of breath just to get started. Take a long inhale through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Inhale. And then just close off your right nostril with the thumb. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close it off with your ring finger. Hold. Exhale, release the right. Exhale. Hold at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale through the right side. Close it off with your thumb. Hold. Release the left side. Exhale. Hold at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale through the left. Close it off. Hold. Release the right. Exhale. So we're just going to do a few more rounds like this to the pace of your own breath and see if you can keep the inhales, the pause, the exhales, and the pause of equal length. So that can be a count of 3, a count of 4, a count of 5. It's totally up to you. Or you can start with less and then lengthen. So if you just jumped in, we're doing alternate nostril breathing, forefinger, middle finger between the eyebrows. Inhale through the left, close off the nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close off. With the thumb, hold at the top, release the left side, exhale. Maybe starting to lengthen through the breath if you'd like. Just continuing to check in as we go through this breath work. Notice what's coming up, notice what's happening in the body. Couple more rounds. Wherever you are, let's go for one more full round. So both sides. Coming back to your starting point. When you've done, release your right hand from the face. Allow it to settle back down in the lap. Keep the eyes closed down. Come back to your normal breathing. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Growing long through the spine as you inhale. Grounding down into your seat as you exhale. And just bringing to mind the affirmation, I am grounded, I am centered, I am supported. You can keep the eyes closed down or blink them open softly and press yourself back into a child's pose, however you want to get there. And you can take narrow-legged if you'd like, but invitation is to take a wide-legged child's pose, or with the big toes apart and the knees really wide, pressing the arms out in front of you, lower the forehead all the way down to the mat. Opening up into that hip space, closing down the eyes, pressing into the hands. Maybe you want to find a sway side to side, taking it into the hips. So just finding a little wiggle here, whatever feels good. You can also bring one of your cushions down underneath your chest here if you'd like to make it a little bit more supported. Still finding that wiggle or sway side to side. Different options, your choice, your practice. And then just coming to stillness for a moment in whichever variation of child's pose you took. So really pressing down, pressing back through the hands so your hips settle into your heels. As you inhale, breathing into all three sides of the chest. As you exhale, sinking deeper into the hips. Allowing the breaths to be really nice and long. Two more rounds here. On your next inhale, press into the hands. Start to lift yourself back up. If you took wide-legged, really slowly bring the knees back together so they're parallel to one another. Walk the hands in slightly. Find an all fours tabletop position. Turn the eyes of the elbows to face one another. Ground down into the hands. Cat-cow, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Press the ground away, cat pose. Just a normal cat-cow to start off with to warm up through the spine. Linking between the two. And then as you start to warm up, you can start to make it a little bit more fluid, a little bit more dynamic. You can start to lower the chest by bending the elbows, taking the chest in circles, taking that in both directions. You can start to go forwards and backwards in a figure eight, linking all of them together so you can take your cat-cow and make whatever funky shapes you want to make here. So just working into any parts of the body that need a little bit of a stretch, waking up. Doesn't need to look like anything. Just finding a little bit of fluidity. Lengthening out through the breath as you do so. Slowly starting to slow down the movement, starting to make them smaller and smaller. Gradually making your way all the way back to that all fours position. Ground down into both hands and the left knee. Inhale, squeeze the right knee into the nose. Squeeze the belly. Holding here, lifting that knee up towards your nose. And then inhale, squeeze it forwards more. Sweep the right foot around the left leg, crossing it around. Taking the feet wide on your mat, pressing yourself back so the hips land with the feet on either side. So maybe you need to adjust a little bit here, either tucking the feet in if you want to take it a little bit tighter, or taking the feet wide, whatever is most comfortable. And you can tuck a cushion under that right hip as well to help bring the ground closer to you. So just taking a moment to find your position wherever you are, grounding down into both hips, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, lower the chest down towards your thighs, walk your hands out in front. Allow the head to drop down towards your knees. Close down the eyes. Beautiful. Breathing into the hip space. As you start to release into the stretch, maybe walking yourself a little bit more forwards, deepening into that stretch. On your next exhale, keep rolling forward so you eventually land back on your knee. Unravel that right leg, come back through to a tabletop. So reset the legs and just press yourself back into a child's pose for a moment to rebound. Inhale, come back to tabletop. Squeeze the left knee in this time. Squeeze the belly, lift the knee up towards the knee. And then wrap it around the right leg this time. Swing that right leg out to the side, so both feet out to the side. Press your hips back. So same thing on the other side, left leg wrapped over the right. Setting up your feet, grounding down through both hips, grabbing a cushion if you need, lifting up through the chest. Exhale, rolling forwards. Allow the head to drop down. Relax through the neck. Breathe into the left hip. Sinking a little bit deeper as you find a little bit of release. 2 more rounds of breath here. And then rolling yourself over forwards again, coming back onto the knees, unravel the legs, come back through that tabletop position, and just press yourself back for 1 breath. Come back to that tabletop position. Ground down into both hands and the left knee. Step the right leg back onto the ball of the right foot. So everything else is tabletop. Right leg is back behind on the ball of the foot. And we're just going to stretch out through that right calf, pressing out through the right heel. So rocking forwards and backwards. Doesn't need to be anything too active, just so you feel that stretch through the calf. You can pause at the bottom of the rock if you want to stretch out further through the calf, just holding here, or you can continue with forwards and backwards. And then I'm going to have to move my props for this. Coming to stillness in your stretch for a moment. And then from here, from your leg back behind, you're just going to lift your right leg up, swing it out to the side, and lower it down out to the right side. So everything else is still tabletop. Nothing else is moving, just the leg is moving. So that right leg is out to the right side. that foot is pointing towards the front, so you're fully down on your right foot. Beautiful. And then we're going to go for an extended puppy, but with the leg extended. So walk the hands out in front of you, lower the chest down. You can stay lifted if you'd like, or you can bring the forehead all the way down to the mat. Beautiful. So extended puppy, everything's extended puppy except for that right leg is out to the side. Breathing here. Good. Maybe closing down the eyes. So really working into kind of that right hip, right groin area. Beautiful big stretch here. Two more breaths here. And on your next inhale, continuing the circle with that right leg, sweep it around towards the front this time. Land it by your right foot. So just have a play with it, stepping it down, finding a low lunge. So ground down into that right foot, lower the hips down, sweep the arms up to the sky. And we want to keep an active low lunge here, so we're not just dropping here into flexibility. So maybe find a little bit of a lift, so you engage through the inner thighs, and then lower into that lunge, but with control. So we're finding an active stretch, tucking the tailbone, squeezing the thighs together, lowering the shoulders away from the ears. Good. Exhale, bow forwards, plant the left hand, sweep the right arm up, twist to the right. Easy twist to the right. You can stay here if you want to make it a little bit more active. You can tuck that back leg and press the left knee up. So your choice. You can stay down, you can come up. And wherever you are, start to take that twist a little bit further, cactusing the right arm and twisting further towards the right. Maybe gazing over that right shoulder. So same thing in both options, wherever you are. Good. Breathing here. Exhale, slowly bring that right arm back down on the inside of the right leg. Heel toe the right foot all the way out to the outer edge of the mat if it's not there already. Lizard. Either staying here on the hands or coming down onto the forearms. Allow the head to drop down, relax through the neck, maybe find a sway side to side or stillness. Again, your choice, your practice. So whatever feels good to you, if you want to stay in that stretch hold or if you want to find some movement, both work. Again, keeping that active through the inner thighs, so we're not just letting go. Inhale, coming back onto the hands if you went down. Press into the left hand, lift the right heel toe, the right foot all the way over to the left side. Lower the knee down, coming into pigeon. But we're going to stay with an active pigeon, so keep your fingertips out to the side, tuck the back foot, press up into that back leg so the left knee lifts up off the ground. Again, squeeze through the inner thighs so you find that sense of lift here. Gazing forwards, lift through the chest. Exhale, lower, untuck the back foot, roll yourself forwards. Full pigeon, allow the head to drop down. Close down the eyes, breathe into the right hip. And again, you can come up to a cushion on that right hip to help bring the ground up to the body. Breathing here. Maybe finding a little bit of a deeper stretch for the last few breaths, your choice. Inhale, start to walk yourself back to an upright position. Place both hands in front of the shin, tuck the back foot, press yourself up, step the right foot back, Press back, downward facing dog. And rather than taking a pedal out straight away, just ground down through both heels. Just notice the difference between the two sides. But you can take a bend through both knees if you'd like, since we haven't been in down dog yet. Pressing down and out through the hands. Breathing here. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Roll yourself all the way over onto your knees. Come back to tabletop position. Ground down into both hands and the right knee. This time step the left leg back. Come up onto the ball of the left foot. We're finding those pulses through the left calf. Stretching through the left calf. And again, you can hold at the bottom, find a deeper stretch, or just keep it going with those pulses. Getting a nice stretch into that calf. Breathing here. Holding at the bottom just for a moment. And then inhale, lift the left leg, take it out to the side, lower the left foot down. Find that big stretch, lower down fully through that foot. Foot is facing towards the front. And then extended puppy with the leg extended on this side. Walk the hands out in front, lower the chest down. Find that big stretch, good. Lower the forehead down. Breathe into the left hip space. Inhale, start to press into the hands, walk them back close into the body, step the left foot forward next to the left hand, find that low lunge, ground down into the left leg, sweep the arms up, find a sense of lift first, engage through the inner thighs, and then you can sink lower into the lunge, finding a big stretch through the inner thighs. So we're staying active through the legs. Exhale, bow forwards, drop the right hand, sweep the left arm up, twist to the left. Easy twist to the left. Same options here, you can stay down or you can tuck the back leg, lift the right knee. Sorry, tuck the right foot, lift the right knee. So easy twist with the legs lifted. Your choice if you want something more active or not. Inhale, bend the left elbow, twist further towards the left, cactus the arm. Deeper stretch here. Good. Exhale, lower the right knee if you took it up, untuck the foot, press the left hand on the inside of the left foot, heel toe it out to the side, lizard, either staying up on the hands or coming down onto the forearms. And we didn't do this on the other side, but if you want, you can tuck that back leg, lift up the right knee and rock forwards and backwards, or you can stay down and rock side to side. Just finding a deepening into that hip space. Allow the head to drop down. Relax through the neck. Maybe close down the eyes. Breathing here. Finding stillness for the last few breaths. Inhale, lift up the head, press yourself back into the hands. Heel toe that left foot all the way over to the right side of the mat. Lower the left knee down. And actually for the active one, tuck that left foot in. So bend your knee in a little bit more so you're bringing your left foot in closer to your hip. Keep the fingertips down on the mat. Tuck that back leg. Lift up through the right knee. So just active back leg here for a moment. Lift up through the chest. And then exhale, start to lower yourself down. Maybe you bring the leg a bit further forward and you flex that left foot. Maybe bringing a cushion down onto this left hip. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, roll forwards. Finding pigeon on the left side. Drop the head down, close down the eyes. Long breaths. Maybe finding a little bit more depth for the last few breaths. Inhale, start to walk yourself back to your leg. Place the hands in front of the shin, tuck the right foot, press yourself up, step the left foot back, press back, downward facing dog, ground down through both heels. Tailbone rising up towards the sky. 5 rounds of breath. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Tiptoe your feet all the way up to the hands at the top of the mat. Take the feet hip width apart. Bend the knees. Drop the head. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Allow the head to hang heavy, maybe taking a shake. Find a sway side to side, ragdoll. Slowly coming back to center, release through the hands, bend the knees more, ground down into the heels. Inhale, start to roll yourself all the way up to standing, 1 vertebrae at a time. Shoulders and head come up last. As you come up, roll the shoulders up, back and down. Palms come to face forward, heel toe your feet together, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Tadasana. Ground down into your left foot. Start to draw your right leg all the way up to your chest. Find the balance. Flex the foot. Grab hold of the knee. Hold here. And just take a little circle out through the ankle, right ankle. Take it in both directions. Finding the balance. Coming back to stillness. Grab hold of the right knee, take your left hand to your left hip and just open the leg out to the side. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Place your foot on the inside, either of the shin or the thigh, your choice. Just avoiding the knee joint. Steadying through that lower foot. And then you can have the hands on the hips, prayer in front of heart center, or up towards the sky. See if you can find a sense of opposition between pressing your right knee back and pressing your hip forwards, as if you're trying to hold yourself between a pane of glass. So you keep that activation through that leg. Maybe you want to close down the eyes and play with the balance. Exhale, slowly release that right leg back down. Step out through the legs. Just release through the feet, through both legs. Come back to stillness. Ground down into the right leg. Lift the left leg up. Grab hold of the knee. Draw it into the chest. Take those circles out through the ankles, both directions. Right hand to the hip. Open the left leg out to the side. Finding Vrikshasana. So shin or inner thigh. And then hips prayer or up to the sky. Finding that opposition again. So press the hip forward, press the knee back. Breathing here, making sure you're not dropping one hip off to the side, so leveling off through the hips. Find the balance. Exhale, slowly release the arms, release the legs, bring them back together, pedal out through the feet. Coming back to Tadasana at the top of the mat. Ground down into your right foot, step the left foot back, take a big step back on your mat, and turn both feet out at a 45-degree angle. Squeeze through the bum. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, grow long through the crown of the head. Press into your toes. Exhale, start to bend through the knees. See if you can track them over your feet. tucking the bum. Good. Goddess pose. And then bring your hands out to the edge of your legs, so all the way up to the knees. Bring the thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, drop the left shoulder to the right side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, right shoulder to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Just take a few rounds here, finding stretch into the shoulder, simultaneously pressing into your knees. So your knees go back, squeezing the bum, pressing the hips forwards. Good. Just a couple more here. Inhale, come back through center. Bring your hands together in prayer in front of heart center. Option of staying here for just a little bit more, or you can come with me towards Skandasana. So we're going to start to shift the weight over to the right side, bending that right leg. Totally fine if this foot comes up. I can't lower my foot all the way down. And then this left foot either flex up or pointing it out, lower it down onto the mat. Skandasana. No worries if you need to come down onto the fingertips for balance. Option of dropping this right hand down in front of your right leg. Sweep the left arm up, twist to the left. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly release, come back to the prayer. Start to swivel yourself back through center, take it over to the other side. Skandasana, left side. Foot can be pointed or flexed. Staying up, coming down onto the fingertips, or left hand inside of the left knee, sweep the arm up, stretch to the right. Exhale, slowly release. Come back through center, rise back up. Straighten out through the legs, heel toe your feet back together slightly. So take them a little bit wider than hip width apart. Facing not quite 45-degree angle, but a little out to the side. Inhale, take the arms up to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, bow forwards. Place your hands directly under your face. And then just notice if you maybe need to widen the feet a little bit. Start to bend the knees again. Drop your hips down, finding Malasana Yogi Squat. Also, the option of coming down onto a brick or cushion if you want a bit more of a supportive pose. Elbows come to the insides of the knees, hands together in prayer in front of heart center. Lift up through the chest. And then you can find a sway side to side again here. Finding a little bit of movement, or you can stay with stillness. Again, it's your choice, your practice. Whatever feels good here. Lengthening through the breath. Exhale, release the hands down. Start to lift your hips back up. Turn your right foot back towards the front of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet it. So finding the top of your mat, adjusting as you need, bringing the toes together and the big toes, the heels slightly apart. Forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back through high plank, downward facing dog. And then your choice, you can take this slowly or a little bit more active. We're moving through to seated. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, gaze forward, step, hop or float to the top of the mat. Roll back onto your bum. We're done with standing. Woo. Bring the soles of the feet together. Drop the knees out to the side. And again, use your props however you'd like. So you can place cushions under the hips here. You can sit up on a block or a cushion, whatever you'd like. So just take a moment to set up however you want. And then bring your hands to your feet, opening them up like the pages of a book. You know the drill now. Give your feet a little massage. Arches of the feet, balls of the feet, heel of the foot. Maybe warming them up a little bit if they're a bit cold. And then If you do have some pillows left or your blanket, come place them on top of your feet, or basically in the middle of your legs out in front of you. So you want to be able to have a place where you can kind of fall down onto. And again, we don't want the legs to be too wide here so that it's uncomfortable. So just playing around with the placement. And then start to tuck the chin into the chest or to round through the spine. Allow the hands to just kind of fall in the lap, and then fold yourself, round yourself down. So you start to land onto your cushions and just allow them to support you as you fold forward here. So really letting go. You don't want to feel like you're holding on or trying to support anywhere here with your muscles. You're fully supported by the cushion, closing down the eyes. Sorry, allowing everything to just fully release here. So as in child's pose, with your inhales, really breathing fully into all three sides of the chest. Expanding into the back, into the sides. And as you exhale, really allowing yourself to sink down into the cushion, into the ground. We'll do 3 more rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, slowly start to roll yourself back up to an upright position. No rush, take your time. And then just moving your props out of the way, but keep them handy. Take your hands to either side of your thighs and draw the knees back together. Keeping the knees bent up, extend the arms out in front of you, round through the spine. Roll yourself all the way down onto the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Landing down on the mat. Drawing your heels in towards your bum so you can raise the heels. And we're going to do a supported bridge pose. So if your cushion or block is far away, just grabbing it now. Coming back down onto your back, grounding down into your heels. Inhale, lift the hips up. So take them high enough so you can bring a cushion up underneath your bum. So depending on how big it is, but ideally kind of lower back area, and just high enough so you kind of have that support. So placing it, maybe using a couple or single. So finding that positioning, keeping the knees bent up, and then just take your arms super wide by your sides with the palms facing the ceiling. Close down the eyes. So if you want to find a position you can hold for a couple of minutes. Long, steady breaths here. Noticing if you need to readjust anything so you can be fully comfortable. next inhale, lift through the hips. Remove that prop from under your lower back. Roll yourself back down onto the mat. And then draw your knees into your chest, hug them in. And just take a rock side to side. Massaging out through the lower back. Slowly coming back to stillness, in center. Setting up for Shavasana. So extending the legs long on your mat with the feet wide and grabbing your props, whatever they may be. You can place a cushion under your knees. That can be really nice. You can lie down on a cushion, grab a sweater, put your socks back on, cover yourself with a blanket, turn down the lights or cover up your eyes. I'll just give you a few moments to get comfy. And then settle down on your mat. Take the feet wide, drop the toes out to the side. Take your arms wide, palms facing the ceiling. We're going to move through our progressive relaxation exercise from the feet all the way up to the head. Squeezing through the muscles on the inhale and releasing on the exhale. So let's just start off with one round of breath. Take a long inhale through the nose. Release it out through the mouth. Inhale, squeeze the feet. Point out through the feet. Exhale, release. Moving up to the legs. On the inhale, squeeze the calves, squeeze the thighs. Extend through the legs. Exhale, release. Moving up to the bum, the glutes. On an inhale, clench the bum. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release. Moving up to the belly, inhale, squeeze the belly, clench the abs, as if you're trying to do a sit-up. Exhale, release. Moving to the hands and arms, inhale, make a fist, clench the hands, squeeze the shoulders, the forearms, strong arms. Exhale, release. Chest and shoulders. Inhale, press your shoulders into the mat. Lift up through the chest. Exhale, release down. Moving up to the head and throat. On the inhale, press the back of your head into the mat. Lift up through the neck. Clenching the muscles of the neck. Exhale, release. Moving to the face. On the inhale, squeeze the face together, clenching all the muscles of the face. Exhale, release. Moving to the whole body. Inhale, point the feet, squeeze the legs, clench the fists. Lift up through the head, lift the shoulders, squeeze the bum. Exhale, release down. Inhale and exhale through the nose. And just noticing any last little areas where you want to do one more. Clench and release. Relaxing through the muscles of the face, through the eyes, the jaw. Releasing down into your mat and allowing yourself to be fully supported here. We'll be here for the last minutes of our practice, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Starting to lengthen the inhales and exhales. Breathing some new life and energy back into the body. Starting to find a little bit of movement through the fingers and toes, the wrists and ankles. Drawing your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around them, squeeze them in. And then rolling yourself over onto one side, whichever side's available. Creating a little pillow for your head and taking a moment on your side before making your way slowly back up to a comfortable seat or staying down if you'd like to. You're in your space. So doing what you'd like. If you're finding your seat, when you find your seat, allowing the hands to settle in the lap, on the knees, or one hand on top of the other at the heart space. And we'll close together with one round of breath. Long inhale through the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Blinking open the eyes, coming back into your space. Thank you.